Today's video is brought to you by us, because we're launching our own metal poster line. Click the link in the description box or pinned comment below to join the waitlist. Or, if pre-orders are live, go ahead and secure yours now. May the force be with you.
This is your last chance.
Lightsabers, iconic since A New Hope in 1977.
An elegant weapon for a more civilized age.
But that signature glow, that's been the journey.
The original lightsaber was actually the flash attachment to a 4x5 camera.
The effect of the lightsaber was basically a rotating pole that had movie screen material applied to it so that it would reflect its light source back at many times the intensity. Problem was that when you moved it out of a certain area, it went from glowing and looking great to just a rotating pole.
We rotated with reflective tape so that it would flash and it would create light on the actors. Well, that never really worked. As soon as they hit each other, they broke the lightsabers.
Then, come Empire Strikes Back, metal poles brought durability but no light. The glow was painstakingly added later, rotoscoped frame by frame. By the prequels, that process defined every duel. Then VideoCopilot's Saber Plugin streamlined the grind, though tracing and masking still ate hours for weeks on end. Now we've entered the LED era. Self-lit blades, casting interactive light in real time, on set, from The Mandalorian to Ahsoka, and yes, even those crappy sequel films. The effects, absolutely stunning. The storytelling, let's just say the sabers were brighter than the scripts. A lot brighter. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through the revolutionary lightsaber rotoscoping method that changed everything for our 2024 SaberComp team and our winning entry, Kyle Katarn, Rising Dawn. SaberComp, for those who are unfamiliar, is a yearly celebration of fan creativity, a high-energy global competition where teams produce a 5-minute lightsaber-centric fan film judged on choreography, cinematography, editing, VFX, sound, production design, everything. So come late December, when our deadline was closing in, we were in trouble. My teammates had never opened a VFX program before, and we still had a huge stack of saber combat shots left to finish. At the same time, I needed to focus on the more advanced VFX, the complex compositing and effects work that only I could handle. The only way forward was to empower my teammates to take on lightsaber rotoscoping themselves. But all the old methods required so many steps and layers. So, I quickly experimented with a certain tool in After Effects and formed a new method that was roughly 700 to 1200% faster than any prior known approaches, especially with multiple sabers per shot, and simple enough for complete beginners to learn quickly. It didn't just save our project, it proved that with the right tools and workflows, creators of any skill level can contribute meaningfully to a high-pressure production. This new method boosted our saber realism, freed me to tackle the heavy VFX, and helped us cross the finish line with confidence. Let's jump in and explore how it works. Now, for the great roto method reveal. You know the After Effects roto brush we use all the time to roto our actors, actresses, and foreground elements over the sabers? Well, plot twist. We stopped. For the most part, we've stopped roto brushing them and have switched to roto brushing the saber blades themselves. You're probably confused. Let me show you. First, you want to duplicate your footage layer once per blade color. Then, open it into a roto brush tab. Then select all blades of that color unless distance variation requires separation. Sweep through the clip, making sure the roto brush holds its shape. Correct as needed, and then freeze it when clean. Notice how Kyle's saber staff gets intelligently tracked even through bars and bushes, an old nightmare roto scenario now made effortless. This is why we want stunt bulbs, which are covered in our companion video, linked in the pinned comment and the description box below. This works best when blades stand out from their environment. Stunt bulbs and neopixels are perfect here. RGB bulbs, not so much. In our Reborn Acolytes scene here, Kyle's orange stunt blades tracked cleanly, but the uneven red RGB blades, they lost their glow halfway down, complicating the tracking hugely. Back in the comp tab, set your rotoed layer to add or screen. Toss on hue saturation and max the brightness, and there's your white core. Add Gaussian blur, and glow, tweak as needed depending on camera proximity, and done. Move on to your next blade color. If sabers clash behind your actors, then yes, that's where you'll need a bit of quick actor roto, but only for those few frames in most cases. This method shrinks that rotoscoping burden down dramatically. As of now in 2026, Adobe has rolled out a beta release of After Effects that upgrades, expands, and also ultimately renames the roto brush altogether for more consistency with the AI-assisted object and quick selection tools in Photoshop. So if you're able to grab that beta, I strongly recommend it. I'll walk you through the use of these upgraded tools now, using a Daylight Saber duel scenario as the example where these upgrades really helped. So just like before, you duplicate your footage layer once for each blade color you're working with, and then you'll find the Object Matte tool in place of the roto brush up top. But when you press and hold, you'll see you now have 4 modes, all of which can be used with each other seamlessly for correction. Note that the Selection Brush tool and the Quick Selection tool are each like direct but split upgrade versions of the roto brush. The Quick Selection tool is the far more aggressive variant, which will often reach far out from your cursor to grab everything around that resembles the area that your cursor is presently touching, which can sometimes be too aggressive, while the Selection Brush strictly selects what your cursor touches rather than branch out further. For this scenario, I'm starting with the Object Matte tool to test its intelligence, keeping in mind I can always jump right back to the Selection tool to apply corrections. As you can see, the Object Matte tool sometimes grabs too much. In this case, it grabs the hilt in addition to the blade. This is an easy correction with the Selection Brush, and even the Quick Selection tool does a good job at speeding these and other types of corrections up. But again, it can be a bit overly aggressive depending on the contrast of your target versus its surroundings. Ultimately though, I found this new set of roto tools to speed the process up at least another 50 to 100% versus the roto brush on its own. It seems that when you can start your roto in the composition with the Object Matte tool, selecting it as an object, it tries to learn and understand what that object is going to look like as it moves. Hence why, even when the pale blades overlap the bright white sky in the shot, the tool seems to know it's looking for a long-shaped object rather than aggressively grabbing the entire regions of white, which is exactly what the previous roto brush would fall into doing in this kind of scenario. This still typically needs correction, but said correction takes significantly less work with these new tools compared to the old roto brush. Right now, After Effects is the only platform I know of with a roto brush type tool that works like this, in tandem with glow and Gaussian blur and hue saturation effects to make that white core and the glow. DaVinci Resolve Studio's new Magic Mask 2 may or may not work with something in the Fusion tab for the same result. I've tried, but I'm not yet fluent enough in Fusion to really conclude. That'll be an investigation for later. If you know a way there, or another, drop it in the comments and I'll test it and share the results. If ever you need help, maybe your machine can't handle the load, but you've got a bit of budget, I'm available for occasional hire, so reach out via Instagram or email and we'll make something awesome. If you found this tutorial to be helpful, please leave a like, comment, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell if you haven't already. Thank you for watching. To support our channel, consider becoming a member on either our YouTube or Patreon, as well as Saber sales and other merchandise and supplements in our links below. May the Force be with you.
We would be honored if you would join us.
Do it. Do it. Do it.